Hiya, boys.
Hey,
Oh, we figured it out.
let's get
You
back.
guys do it a little different up there. Most people just send me a link and I click it, but you sent me the
How do I get out of here?
passcode and the meeting ID, but we got there.
Okay, hold on
a second, Harlan. We're not there yet.
There we are. Hold
What-
on. There we go.
And get rid of that thing up there.
Oh, we got it. Oh, Harlan, yeah, man, sorry.
No worries. How are you guys?
We're great. How are you?
Awesome. It's good to see your beautiful faces. It's been
Right
too
back
long.
at you. Yeah. No, it's great. Thank you so much for being on here today. So, it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, baby. Yes, sir.
Nice
Cheers.
plug, brother.
Cheers, buddy.
Guess what I have in here? Newfoundland Screech.
I love that. I love that. Have you ever
I
been
hope
in?
so.
Have you ever been in Newfoundland and get screeched in?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's great. Great experience.
Usually you just like kiss the cod, but
Yeah.
I ended up taking her right back to my room and spending the weekend.
Oh, man.
Pretty good.
That's
yeah,
nice.
we left the room. There was fish eggs everywhere. Thousands of them.
When in Newfoundland, brother.
Sweet. So, Harlan, yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for coming on, man. You're coming in from where? California?
Venice
Not
Beach.
Venice,
I'm in
though.
the basement. I'm in the basement. Get out of the house.
Right on, man. We're in
I'm
the
in
basement,
LA.
too.
Yeah, I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood indeed, man.
Sweet.
Well,
So
Yeah.
what's new? What's going on?
Well, I've been busy working on the Wingman movie. We're in the middle of editing it, so a lot going on. It's
How's it going?
It's a big movie, a lot of footage, a lot of scenes, and so we're just cutting away, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing
Oh,
so
wicked.
far.
Love it.
sweet.
Love it.
Good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that-
we're just we
keeping
don't know
me
what
busy.
we don't know what more we could say about the movie like on this thing publicly.
Oh,
You allowed
can
to
say
talk
whatever
about it
you
a bit?
want.
How'd all the
Say
driving
whatever you want.
sequences turn out?
The what?
The driving sequences.
Well, because they're the last, they're near the end of the movie. We haven't got to those yet.
Copy
Now,
that.
We have looked at the raw footage, and that looks really good.
Good.
And we did look at the footage where we had the hot rod out in the streets where
Yeah.
we were
Sweet.
ripping around and
Does it look all right?
huh?
It looks okay. I had
look-
so much fun doing it, but I wish I could have done some more with that car. It was a crazy car, but it only wanted to go straight.
Yeah,
You know?
well, it's more. I think it's more of a like a cosmetic vehicle than a high performance vehicle, but it looks
Totally.
good on camera, and it's a really cool. Do you know the name of it, Randy? So people know what we're talking about. What kind of hot
It's an
rod
old
that
Ford.
was?
It's an old Ford.
I think
right?
it was an old Ford, like a T-bucket kind of thing.
Yeah, if you wanted a reference, if you ever watched the movie American Graffiti, there was that cool Fonzie type character. It's a yellow.
Yeah, they're
It's like a yellow. Looks like a Hot Wheels hot rod, mag wheels, canvas convertible roof.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's out of a toy package. That's true.
Yeah.
Can I post
really
a
Great car.
Can I post a picture of it up on this podcast?
Oh yeah, put a picture up.
I
Yeah,
will,
put
I
a
will.
picture of us guys standing in front of it, or
Yeah, man.
picking-
Yeah, man.
No, let them see what it looks like. It's so cool.
sweet.
It's not just a car. It's almost a character in the movie. Like
Right.
the car is very instrumental in the movie. It has a personality. It has a G spot. It has
It does so.
very sensitive. I think it's the only car in the world with a clit. I mean,
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
car right there.
yeah. So
Does she have a name?
yeah, G spot, the license plate.
Oh, of
It
course.
says G spot right on the license plate.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
good car
You
name.
guys got really flustered when I said the word clit. Are
I mean,
you guys okay?
it's
You
been
guys
a bit.
You need to take a moment, go get a walk, take a little walk around the
a-
neighborhood. I mean, we've all got one. Relax.
We all-
I slammed mine in a car door the other day. Holy
oh
God.
my God.
Wow.
So yours doesn't have to be searched for or found. It's on the outside.
Oh, it's everywhere. Go look
Mm-hmm.
under your bed. I bet you'll see it.
He didn't know whether he was coming or going.
Oh,
And we're done. The guys are like totally discombobulated.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. You know, I remember the first time we zoomed together was for this movie, and it was months and months and months ago. Do you remember that? That was great.
It was about half a year ago, Randy.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
And it got put off a little bit. It kind of got.
Oh, this movie was supposed to happen 14 years ago. I wrote it 14 years ago. We were supposed to do it 14 years ago. It got sidetracked for 12 years. Then it was supposed to happen last year. We almost got there. Got sidetracked to, well, not this year, but 2023, which was just a few months ago.
Right.
Oh my God.
Finally shot it 14 years later. So yeah,
So you came back to it 10 years later. You came back 10 years later, and they were like, COVID. And you went, oh, fuck. What the hell? We got to keep delaying.
Well, we're glad you delayed because you wouldn't have had the best stunt coordinator in the country and a great, great stunt double driving.
Yeah,
oh my God! I gotta say, you know, when you guys signed on to the movie, I know you're kind of saying that tongue in cheek, but I know your reputation. I know how good you guys are, and we didn't have the biggest budget in the world, and we got you guys way above our pay grade. So I'm eternally grateful for your skill, your expertise, your knowledge, just not only coming onto the project, but the passion you guys had, like laughing every day, knowing what we had to do, being there, being present, taking it so seriously. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. So.
Yeah, we take our humor very seriously, and it's because of you we laughed every day, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Well, it wasn't just
awesome.
me. The whole cast was hilarious. Russell Peters
Brilliant.
and J.D. Kennedy, and even some of the lesser-known cast members. You know, we cast very carefully, to be honest. I was very meticulous about the casting, and because of the Canadian credit system, you have to use a certain amount of Canadians, and so I was a little bit, oh God, are we going to get the best people? But I was able to really meticulously go through the casting, and the casting agency presented me with some really great people. So just about everyone in the movie gives a great and hilarious performance. I'm so happy with what I got from the actors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it was great. From what I saw, it was fantastic.
When is it supposed to be released? Do you know, Harland?
We have no idea because, you know, this was sort of an indie movie. I shot it sort of as a big production movie because that's my mindset from doing over, 40 movies here in Hollywood. My mind doesn't think in terms of indie movie. It thinks of, I've been on the set of Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary and Half Baked. So my mind's in that world. So when we shot this, even though we had limited days and we had a limited budget, I was like, I don't care. I'm shooting this like it's got a $50 million budget.
That's what you should do.
I noticed.
It's right, and but it's in that indie world economically. So we're kind of, it's one of those scenarios where we've got to put it together, hope it comes out good, and then present it to studios and networks and see if it makes the cut. I hope it does.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I think it will. Did you cast all the way across Canada?
Yeah, we cast all the way across Canada, and they wanted us to primarily use people from Ontario. We had to use people from Ontario and then some people from Northern Ontario.
The tax credits deal.
That's right, but because the one of our lead actors, Holly, or oh God, now I'm just saying her by her cast name. Oh God.
Oh man. Oh man. No.
Oh my God! I just have her name stuck. Was it?
Scott, we're gonna find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. Sorry about that, but I called her Holly the whole movie, but we found her in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
We made the exception because her audition was just so good. And she nailed it so well that we were like, you know what, it's going to cost us extra money to bring her from Vancouver, but we have to do it. It's Kayla.
Kayla Wallace.
Right?
Kayla Wallace.
Kayla, yeah. Sorry, Kayla. It took me a minute. I'm so used to calling you Holly.
You've been busy.
But Kayla Wallace, right?
Yeah.
and just like nailed it. Like, I gotta tell you, when I was watching her on the monitor, when I'm editing, she's sort of one of these people, just kind of transfixes you. You kind of get just lost watching her. She's just really charismatic and beautiful, and her acting skills are great. So
amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah, cast is bar none the most important thing. You got to reach far for that.
Yeah, and our lead guy Evan was just fantastic.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Really good kid.
A real pro, off book, great comedic timing, great facial expression. He got the character. We had a long talk before we started shooting, and
right on.
He sort of indicated to me, he goes, "This is the movie I've been waiting for," and he was all in, and it showed. He showed up every day, professional, passionate, patient. I mean, when you're shooting kind of beyond your pay grade,
and the schedule, you guys are hell of a schedule.
It was crazy, and he was the lead guy, and he really hung in there, which was. I could see there was days when that was tough to do. Even I was having trouble, but we did it, and it was amazing. A tribute to him, to being so professional and patient. And,
how down the character did he have when he auditioned? Like, what work does it take to go from the audition to talking to the director, talking to you?
Well, he just nailed it. Like the audition, it was, I saw his audition tape. We had another very, very talented actor in mind. And in my mind, that actor was sort of locked in because he was so great. But then Evan came through, and he just sort of took it to another level. And I didn't say anything. In my mind, I went, oh, wait a minute, this guy... And I said, let's see what the producers say. And they watched it, and they unanimously went, oh my God, this guy. And at that point, it's their money, it's their movie, and they said, we gotta have that guy. And you know what? I couldn't argue, because he really nailed it. And
he just had it.
And we were able to put the other actor in the movie, and he's hilarious too, and he's a good friend, and it broke my heart to make the change, but sometimes you got to do what's best for the movie.
Yeah, you got to serve the picture.
Everybody else.
Big time.
And the other guy got it, and he was gracious and great. And I'm gonna hopefully put him in something else one day. So at a bigger capacity. So
yeah, hopefully he doesn't get put off for another 14 years.
Yeah,
for the next film.
hope not.
Do you have anything that's just sort of scribbled down that's ready to go for the next one?
I do have my next movie I have already written. I have two of them. I have one that we might bring back up to Sault Ste. Marie. It's around the world of fishing.
Okay.
And I have another one that I want to shoot down in Florida that's all around sort of the redneck culture.
Well, we'll be available for both.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Let's do it up.
Would you really?
Let's do it, man.
For you? Are you joking?
Cheers to that.
Oh, get them up. Oh my God, that would be freaking amazing. And by the way, if you thought Wingman was crazy, these other two are just as crazy. So I know you guys like the wacky comedy.
We do.
Yeah, man. Actually, when I was a kid, I just wanted to say this. When I was a kid, my little sister and I were crazy fans of Rocket Man. It was Rocket Man, and then it was A Night at the Roxbury. We watched both those movies, kind of like a back-to-back. And we would rewind the moment when you farted on Mars like 50 times, and we'd just die laughing.
Isn't that funny?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. And to be honest, it holds up, man. It holds up.
It holds up. I shouldn't tell you this, but I'll tell you this because I always like dropping little, behind the scene, Easter eggs. But
yeah.
if you watch the fart scene again.
Okay.
We brought in a lighting guy. Our lighting guy was a guy who did lighting on the original Blade Runner movie.
Okay, of course.
And he was really good at what he did, but he was almost he was sort of like had his way of doing things, and people were a little scared of him because he had such pedigree. And it was my first starring role, so I didn't really know I didn't really have a say in it because I was like kind of an holy God, I'm the star of a movie.
Yeah.
But after we did the fart scene where I fart, if you look, when I'm farting, we have the face visor on our space helmets.
Right.
But if you go back and watch it, the lighting guy said, we're going to get too much reflection on the mask. Let's get rid of the visors and we'll put them in CGI.
Okay.
Well, back then, CGI was new. It was super expensive. So if you go back and watch the movie, we have no visor. It's just empty. We're on Mars with no protection. They just left it off and nobody really noticed.
That's hilarious.
Great. That's great.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That'll be good to go back and watch.
Yeah, go back and check it out.
So
and
was-
do you remember the little monkey, the little chimp?
Yeah.
So the scenes where we were walking around on Mars in the dust storm and everything, the chimp couldn't put the helmet on because it freaked him out. So guess who the chimp was? The chimp was Mini-Me from Austin Powers.
No.
Oh, Trip.
No way.
We had Troy Verner in the monkey suit, and I'm walking around holding his hand, and he's dressed like a chimp. Nobody knew it was him.
Is that
Mini-Me.
before Austin Powers?
That was before he was really famous, yeah.
Oh
So
my God, that's cool.
he was Ulysses the chimp before he was Austin Powers.
Oh man, had he not had to put that helmet on, he'd have been, huge based on that.
Look at the exclusive
Ironically.
Hollywood secrets we're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is incredible.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you another one. On my lunch break every day, I'd make love to Pamela Lee Anderson in my trailer, probably every 3 times a day.
We just assumed that.
We had talked about that earlier.
I wish.
Of course.
So you like, hey man, you've been busy. You talk about the movie not being made for 14 years, but what you've done over that 14 years is incredible. With the puppy cartoon and the books and the wow.
Yeah, voices.
Anybody that's
Voices.
watching this should
Crazy.
really go on harlandwilliams.com and just see the amount of work you've been doing.
Yeah, everything from doing up T-shirts and merch
And
and
the books.
the Harlan Highway and the podcast and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Man,
You know, I was one of these guys. I was just born to be creative. I just love, if I'm not doing a movie, I'm writing a book. If I'm not writing a script, I'm doing some artwork. If I'm not doing a podcast, I'm doing something else. I'm acting in a movie or I'm doing a voice work. I just love to stay creative. It's kind of my fuel and it keeps me going. And I love new challenges. And so,
it's amazing,
yeah,
man.
it's not like I'm trying to conquer the world. It's just the way I'm wired. The way some guys love cars or some guys love to play football. I just love to keep pushing creative buttons. And,
Do you feel
and
like
creating and-
do you feel like you made a career of to me you've made the career that everybody on earth would, maybe it's the top career of being silly. You've just been silly this whole time.
Yeah,
It's incredible. This is a dream career,
I
man.
finally said it out loud because that's the way I
That's-
think. Yeah,
That's it. Job title. The guy that's the silly
being
guy.
silly.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a very unique place to be. I think I'm blessed and fortunate to be able to do it, and that's how I think. I don't even think of it as a job. I think if I'm silly and I can bring some laughter into the world and make people smile, then for me that's a life well spent. And I like the idea of we always look at what can we give back to the world, to the community, what can we share. And I'm a bit of an introvert. I'm a bit of I'm not much of a social butterfly. So if I can give back some humor and laughter and good memories and good moments that fuel people and injects their spirit with happiness, that's a
Beautiful,
fulfilling
man.
life for me.
It's beautiful.
So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
thank you.
Yeah, the life of silly. I'm going to
Yeah.
say that the most dramatic role or moment you ever had on film, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, was the horse and the cop scene on Half Baked. There's a lot of crying in that scene.
Yeah.
That's the only one that made me cry.
Well, you know what you'll like about, 'cause you guys live in Toronto, right?
We live just outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, anyone watching from Canada knows that Toronto is the biggest street in town is Yonge Street, goes right
Yeah.
down to the shores of Lake Ontario, then turns into the Trans-Canada Highway and goes right to Vancouver. I think it's technically the longest road in the world. It goes right across Canada.
I believe that's
Yeah.
true.
but
Yeah.
it starts on the shore of Lake Ontario at 1 Yonge Street where the Toronto Star building is. And me and my buddies and my cousins, we used to hang out there. That was our hangout every Saturday night. We'd go down there and just play pinball and eat pizza and hang out. And that cop scene you're talking about with the police horse,
Yeah.
we shot it in Toronto at the Pizza that we used to go to as kids.
Oh, true.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
unbelievable.
And
And
was
if you
that was that your doing or that was just
No, that was all
that's
them.
just-
That was just
oh.
a fluke. I didn't even know we were going to shoot in Toronto when I signed on. So we're doing that scene. People are lined up in front of Sam the Record Man. It's one of the few movies where I
Shit.
actually had a live audience because it was out on the street. So they put tape up and hundreds of people were behind the tape on the other side of the sidewalk watching us do that scene. And we must have done it about 10 times. And it's the only movie where after we were done, like people clapping and laughing. It was like a live audience at a sitcom almost.
How many people yell at you and say, I didn't know I was a diabetic?
Oh, I get that all the time. Yeah.
I can only imagine,
All the
man.
time.
Oh
What
my
was
God.
cool is if you had panned like 20 feet from where we shot that scene, my best friend from high school was sitting in my director's chair watching
Oh,
me
man.
do that scene. And it was just like, it was so interesting because when we were teenagers, that's where we hung out and ate pizza. Now here I was doing this big Hollywood movie. It was so weird, surreal.
What's his name? Shout it out.
Steve Reeves, believe
Steve
it or
Reeves.
not.
Wow,
The show
Superman.
business name. Yeah, Steve Reeves is his name. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Very cool.
Wow, that is cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
Half Baked was shot here. Were you already in LA, living there, residing there at that
Yeah,
time?
that's what's weird. I moved to LA and then I ended up coming back to Canada and shooting quite a few movies there. We shot Half Baked, we shot Superstar, we shot something.
Oh, wow,
We
yeah.
shot Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, with Tom Green. Right on.
Yeah, we shot quite a few things up back there. It was interesting. Dog Park with Bruce McCullough. Yeah, so
Oh, wow. Right on, man.
I left for Hollywood thinking, oh, I'm going to go all over the world and shoot movies in exotic places. And here I am at Pizza in Toronto. It's like,
Yeah. They're like, bring your parka. What?
yeah,
Thought I got away from the parka.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah. Pretty wild.
It's crazy. So more about the wingman. Jamie Kennedy, Russell
Yeah.
Peters. What a cast. I mean, watching you work, incredibly difficult moments, production-wise, and you are so even, and you have the cast and the crew laughing their heads off, and everyone's buzzing, working very, very diligently and very, very hard. And no, the stress level, like you acted in it, you started it, you wrote it, you produced it, you directed it. The pressure was intense every moment, man. I watched you work, and
Thank you.
incredibly even. So fun.
Oh, thank you, Randy. Well, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I never let on when I was there. My mission was just to stay focused
Yeah, I
and,
wouldn't have guessed that.
and do every scene one scene at a time and get through it and try to have as much fun as I could. But I never told anyone this, but when I'd get home every night, I'd get there at 5, 6 in the morning and I'd get home at 10, 11, 12 at night. And by about day 4, I'd be like, good Lord, my feet are killing me. And I couldn't figure out why. I go, is it the shoes? And I realized for that whole day, I never sat down once. I was always checking on wardrobe, checking on makeup, checking on a vehicle, checking on a stunt, checking on camera. I never, you know how you have these director chairs on set? I think my ass was in that chair a total of 4 minutes the whole movie.
Yeah.
And the brain just kept going and going. And surprisingly, somehow I had the energy. I never felt tired. I think because I was so excited to do it and it was so fun. but it required so much focus. There's so many moving pieces, and again, you guys helped make it easier for me because you were so in tune with what you were doing. You guys know what you're doing. So again, thank you.
Yeah, well,
By the same token, you're incredibly generous in your accepting my suggestions on certain things, and that doesn't happen a whole lot. So
I loved it.
Yeah, it's great.
I said on day one, I don't know if everyone heard me, but I said I'll never say no to a good idea, and so whenever someone approached me or threw an idea at me, I was like, let's hear it. And if I can use it, I will. But I had to delegate it very quickly. I had no time to even have a coffee. So if I didn't like it, I'd be like, nope. I'd just be, let's go. But if I liked it, I'd incorporate it. But I was trying to be as delicate with people as I could. But it's funny when you're in a situation where you don't, even using an extra sentence is too much time spent sometimes, and you just gotta. So, but no, I appreciate all the input, and I got some great ideas from people, and I used the stuff that I thought would benefit the movie, and the other stuff I would just move on. I remember when we went to the airplane museum.
Yeah.
We shot in this beautiful museum with 100 giant planes.
That place was amazing.
Hangar. And I walked in there and I was getting set up, and I looked over, and my DP was like put down a dolly track, and he was dollying along, and there was this old frame of an old airplane that had crashed, and it was just like, it was literally just the piping. And it was rusty, and it was all, and he's panning along it, and I go, what are you doing? He goes, I thought it'd be great to like get a shot of this broken airplane. I just went, no, we've got a hangar full of gorgeous airplanes. That's what we're filming. We don't want to start the scene with a that has no reference to the movie. And so just like that, it was like done. And he was cool. He went, got it, okay, and he moved on. But Beautiful. This is how I had to work.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't take time on anything.
Well, given that, I mean, you've been on a million movies, but as an actor, now you're directing a Hollywood movie. Did you learn new stuff? Anything new? I'm assuming you'll take this with you on the next one.
Yeah, well,
moments
what
like that.
What happened is back here in Hollywood years ago, I wrote and directed and starred in my own indie movie that I did.
I know that movie.
Yeah, it's
Fudgy
called
Wudgy?
Fudgy Fudge Face.
Oh, yeah.
And I shot it here in L.A., and I shot it out in the desert. I shot it in at the Salton Sea out by Palm Springs. I rented sets. Now, I had a crew on any given day of 3 people.
Yeah.
I did the camera work. I did I did the driving. I did everything. I wrote it. I directed it. I edited it. I did the music. I did everything. So it took me 6 years to do that movie on weekends whenever buddies were available.
Oh, no way. Wow.
And I learned, if I hadn't done that movie, I don't think I could have done Wingman, because I learned to do so much. I learned how to be so resourceful. I learned how to sort of edit on the fly in my head. And if I hadn't done that painstaking 6-year movie, I think Wingman would have imploded, because I wouldn't have had the faculties and the tools to process and handle everything. But when I walked into Wingman, I had the whole movie storyboarded in my head. I knew how it was going to look, and so that process of doing that 6-year movie just was invaluable.
Incredible.
And so yes, I will take everything I learned from that and Wingman onto the next movie, which hopefully it just keeps getting better and better,
That's the idea. That's the hopes.
Yeah, but I learned massive amounts on Wingman, of course, and great stuff. And the good news is there weren't too many mistakes. Like, there were some, but there's probably 15% mistakes and 85% we did it right. So that's a good ratio.
Fortunately, I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm pretty good, and you didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, just remember, I am editing right now, so now I'm going to keep my eye on you, mister.
Oh, fuck.
You might be out of the movie now.
Yeah, the alley fight.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's
people got to see this.
That was a dream
It's hilarious.
I've done a few fight scenes, but
we haven't got to that scene yet, but I'm excited because not only was it's a funny, fun scene, but it was just a great setting. There's an alley fight with you and me and two other stunt people and
Josh and Darcy.
another character that looks like Tom Cruise, sort of a Tom Cruise lookalike. And outside of being a funny scene, it's just a really cool looking scene. It's in a dark alley. We have fog machines going. We got this mood lighting. We got you guys doing these crazy stunts where you're flipping and flying into dumpsters. And I'm hoping that one comes out really great. I loved shooting that scene.
Me too. It feels
fun.
like a pinnacle moment in the story, you know.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, and you guys, man, I some of the stunts you did, I don't know how you're not in a wheelchair right now. But thank you.
That's awesome. So when you were done the movie, did you enjoy the plane ride home? Did you snooze?
Yeah, I it felt good to just kick off for about like 3 days. I just kind of just did nothing, but I wouldn't say nothing. In my head, I just sort of absorbed it all, and luckily in my head, I was like, wow, I feel like that was a really good, positive experience. So I didn't leave. Oh man, I think we made a mess. Like I feel like we got good footage, and when I look at all the footage now, I'm like, okay, I hope this can cut together well. So we'll see, man.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will.
I'm excited to watch it, man. Yeah.
I think I was talking to one of the producers yesterday, and he was saying the editor said, how did you guys get so much footage in 15 days? He goes, there's more footage shot here than I've done on most movies. And our editor's a seasoned pro. So did David tell you about our editor?
No.
So our editor for Wingman is George, and his resume goes like this. He cut Animal House. He cut The Blues Brothers.
Whoa.
He cut American Werewolf in London. He cut Trading Places. He cut Hot Tub Time Machine. He cut The Great Santini. I mean, this guy's a legend, so I'm hoping he can do some magic with Wingman.
I think so. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty lucky, yeah. We that's the thing. It's like karmically all these great sort of people came into it, like you guys and our camera guys and our focus pullers and our camera operators, and we just got a really great group of people, and it didn't feel like a small movie at all. It felt like a full-on like Hollywood production.
Well, that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. It really was. I was thinking, based on we were in a small town, we had a limited budget. I was expecting maybe one camera, 3 lighting guys, but we had the whole package. We had people like you. We had stunt coordinators. It was really exceeded my expectations. So let's hope it comes out.
When do you think you might be done?
I would say, the first edits almost done. I think we're at page 70. So, and the first edit's usually a bit of like a shock, like, oh, wow. So I think we have 2 passes after that where we kind of, okay, let's do the second pass, and now let's try and make it a final pass. So I'm going to guess the movie won't really be ready until, where are we now? February, March? I don't know. I'd say maybe May or something.
Okay.
April or May.
Right on.
I'm guessing, but we'll see.
We're just dying. We're just dying for a trailer.
Oh yeah.
The trailer would be killer.
I actually cut together some little trailers myself just for fun. Maybe I can sneak one to you guys to see.
Sneak me a link. I'd love to see.
But nothing you've posted yet.
No, we don't want to post anything yet, but you can post pictures if you want, but no footage yet.
Yeah, I just post set pics. I'm not posting anything from the movie.
That's fine. That's fine. Go for it. Yeah, that's fine. But we don't have an official trailer yet. I just did one on my own just to kind of. I sort of wanted to see how the moving pieces looked, kind of.
Yeah, totally.
So,
sure. Okay. Do you guys cut the trailer while you're doing this, or does this come after? Will you cut the trailer afterwards? After the official edit of the movie? I guess that makes sense.
You know what? I'm not sure. I think it's probably after, just so that we have the right stuff. But
That makes sense, yeah.
unknown to me. I think that's up to the producers to call that. So we'll see what they
Okay.
want to do.
So you and George sitting in a bay in L.A. cutting this then? You're together?
Not yet. George does the very first pass on his own,
Okay.
which I kind of like because then I have a third eye that George wasn't on set with us shooting the movie. So basically you're giving the whole movie to someone who wasn't there. And so you get to kind of see their interpretation. And then from there, I go in and go, well, we need this. Let's get rid of that. Let's tweak this. So
But the man's a comedy
obviously,
pro.
yeah, it's pretty common. And so it's a bit of a process, but it's sort of fun, because remember, once it's done, it's done. So a lot of the fun of this is building it,
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
It's
and
the
there's
final.
no rush.
It's the
It'll get
final
done.
rewrite.
Yeah, that's
man.
right.
Yeah, as soon as it releases, I mean, you can sort of let down your shoulders and breathe. No
Yeah.
matter what comes of it, whatever happens, you can sort of just go, okay, oh,
Yeah.
it's out. It's out there.
That's right. You put your baby out into the world, and you hope people love it. But that's art. You're always gonna have people who love it and hate it, and all the way in between. So
course.
you just hope that it whoever likes it, it's good for them, and whoever doesn't, well, maybe we'll get them on the next one.
Well, speaking about being out there, stand-up comedy. If you got a tour going at all, like you're
Yeah,
coming to
I'm
Toronto
touring.
shortly.
Yeah, I'm doing a show up in Toronto in April, I believe, at the Royal Theatre, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't done a show in Toronto in, man, I bet it's over 6, 7, 8 years maybe.
Yeah, and I think it shows because we all tried to get tickets for it, and it's completely sold out.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is?
as far,
This
yeah,
is
as
what
far as
this
we're
is our
aware.
understanding. We can't buy tickets. Just letting you know, we don't mind coming backstage and stuff.
Oh, well, you guys hang on. Let me see if I can get you a couple of tickets.
Sweet.
Man, that would be so sweet.
Because I have to take care of my family first, but they give me 10
course.
tickets on my rider. So I'm sure, hopefully if I have 2 extras, I'll let you know, but I think I probably would. So
We'll just
stand
have
by.
to jump the fence and go in the
We're-
window.
we're
or
standing
whatever we
by.
gotta do. Yeah.
Yes, stand by.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's
cool.
good to know.
Well, who you coming up with? Is anyone joining you on stage?
I don't know yet. I don't know who my opening act is yet, but we're still a ways off, so we'll see. We'll probably figure that out in the next few weeks or so. But yeah, I don't know yet. Might have you do it.
Oh, fucking A. Come on up.
Put that gray wig on.
Oh,
and let's
buddy.
go.
We could do it.
That's
I'm in,
hilarious.
man.
Yeah, so in terms of the comedy tour, yeah, I'm going around in the States. I'm doing shows down here. The one in Toronto is my only Canadian date, and people can go to harlandwilliams.com to check out my stand-up tour dates and
Okay.
come out and have some laughs.
Where did the
Sweet.
T-shirts come from? How did that come about? Drawing on the T-shirts
Oh.
is incredible.
Yeah, so I have this other website called harbling.com, and like I said earlier, I like to be very creative, and we live in a world where a lot of times everything's brand names and
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Gucci and Levi and Nike and everything's sort of a trademark, and I'm all about originality, and so I decided I'm going to get blank t-shirts, get colored Sharpies, and draw right on the t-shirt directly so that it's sort of a living piece of artwork.
Oh, that's great,
And then
man.
people can go to harbling.com and order a hand-drawn t-shirt by me, or if the hand-drawn shirt's sold out, they can buy a print. And it was just my way of kind of saying, hey, here's something original that nobody else has.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And just to give people options. And it
You're an
gives me
original guy,
opportunity
man.
to draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's good.
it's brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I like the was it the cards, the butt?
Jesus.
What is it?
The ass cards or something, or the
greeting cards.
greeting cards.
The greeting cards.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Those are so good. Grandma
Thank
was
you.
gonna
Thank
get
you,
one.
Yeah, I know. I have greeting cards. I mean, God, I try everything. I might be doing
So good.
stunt coordinating before you know it. So watch out.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna try that next.
You know what my favorite part about the website is that all the models are like serious. They're just wearing your shirts and they're all like,
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just-
I know. I know. Those are generic models that come with the. We have like a distributor.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
picks
yeah.
up the shirt. So yeah, those aren't our personal models. They're like from the website, so they're really generic. Yeah.
No, it's
Corny.
great. It doesn't matter. It's funny
Yeah.
as hell.
That's awesome.
So you're doing tons of voices, and right? Are you still doing your show, Puppy Dog Pals?
So Puppy Dog Pals, that ended last year was our last year.
Okay. Okay,
So
my
we
niece loved the show.
Yeah, are they fun?
Yeah, yeah.
I have a 6-year-old granddaughter that absolutely adores it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
And we didn't know
crazy.
you did it.
Oh yeah. I don't think a lot of people do, but it's a show. It's a cartoon I sold to Disney Junior called Puppy Dog Pals,
It's great.
and yeah, it's sort of an anomaly because usually Disney doesn't give their Disney Junior cartoons much of a leash. They usually do 1 or 2 seasons, and then they're done. And my show did 5 seasons and
Right.
played in, I think, 140 countries all over
Oh
the
my
world.
God, man.
Incredible.
Toys in every Walmart and Target, and it was just
Holy crap.
it was mind blowing. Yeah, it was like, I'd go into all these stores and there's my characters that I created sitting on the shelf, and
That's fun.
Unreal.
it was really cool. Yeah, and just the feedback from people, they obviously loved it. That's why we did 5 seasons. The show did really well.
Well, those are cute as hell puppies.
When we first did it, one of the executives at Disney took me out to lunch, and we hadn't gone on the air yet. We were just starting to do the first shows, and she goes, "Harlan, this may be hard to believe, but Disney's never done a cartoon with dogs or puppies." I was like, "Wait, what?" And they go, "Yeah, we've done movies. We've done 101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp, all those. We've never done a TV animated cartoon." And when she said that, I went, "Puppies, Disney, TV." I said, "I think this is going to work." And it obviously did. So,
Yeah, that's
but
great.
it blew my
Crazy.
mind that after all these years, no one had ever done that. So it was really awesome to be able to do that.
Is cartoons a thing that you want to keep doing at all? You do a lot of them. You have so
Yeah,
The
many
voices,
voices, man.
Yeah.
I do the voices, and with Puppy Dog, excuse me, with Puppy Dog Pals, I actually created it, and it was my show. And so right now I'm in the process. I've got a few other shows that I've created,
Incredible.
and we're going to go out with those and pitch them and see if we can get those going too. But I love it. Yeah.
Actually, you created the show, do you have like kids' books as well that
Yeah.
are related to the Puppy Dog show? Yeah.
Disney in their merchandising put out a whole line of the Puppy Dog Pals books. They have
So crazy.
beds, they have shoes, they have sleeping bags, they have costumes, they have mugs, they have water bottles, they have
Oh my
plush
God,
toys. I
man.
mean, it blow. I've got 3 boxes of stuff in my garage full of Puppy Dog Pals merchandise.
Soon
Like,
you're
I
going to
couldn't
have a room
keep up with
like Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
With all of his Kiss shit.
I did for a while. I had my whole. You see these bookshelves back here?
Yeah.
I had one of them was just dedicated to it, and then
Okay.
eventually I sort of packed it all up because I wanted to make room for other stuff. So, but I have all this stuff down in the garage, and it just blew my mind. This stuff kept coming out. Blankets, beach towels, plates,
Man.
Christmas ornaments. I mean, it just doesn't stop. It's amazing.
That's unreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Jeez.
hopefully we'll have some wingman Christmas ornaments. And
Yeah, the
stuff.
the stunt double character.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
that.
you guys. I want you guys hanging on my tree.
Yeah, bobblehead.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So do you
Yeah,
have?
well, Wingman's pretty edgy. I wrote it very sort of edgy and non-woke, and
It's edgy.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
actually the most beautiful part about it.
Yeah.
The non-woke
We enjoyed being
thing
there.
about that. Yeah.
That's something that really caught me by surprise because when I put it out there, I was really worried that people were going to have an adverse reaction to it or not going to want to work on it, including the actors and some of the women, because it's a movie about a guy picking up women in bars.
Mhm.
And what blew my mind is everyone involved said they love it. They've been waiting for this type of movie to come back. They're like the raunchier the better.
Yeah.
And especially the women, most of the women were just like, we love it. Like,
I think
go,
it's the perfect time.
Yeah, no, and what's fun is we got to be able to. We could tell jokes on that set.
Yeah,
We can't tell them anymore.
Great.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Like they're gonna call HR. You tell a joke, but on your set, we had so much fun. So much fun.
Well, as someone who's auditioning in Toronto, I mean, I feel like if I was an actor auditioning for your movie, I'd have been so relieved
Yeah.
and stoked.
Yeah,
and,
let's
and,
do it.
Like, let's go. Thank God, that somebody out there still doing this shit. Come on.
Yeah, that's kind of half the purpose of this is to just and it's not edgy just to be edgy. It's very organically edgy. Like,
Yeah, it's part of the
just
story.
I don't just stick a dirty or kind of a sexy or kind of edgy joke in there. All the jokes and all the humor come directly from the story and the characters. So hopefully it has a seamless sort of organic feel. So it's not just like joke, dirty joke,
Well,
or raunchy joke. They sort of fit,
Are you worried that Hollywood's going to reject you because of this?
No.
Fuck them, right?
I don't do things for Hollywood. I do things to do them, and you put them out in the world. And if you sit around waiting to be judged, and you sit around waiting for everyone to applaud you or destroy you, then you don't get anything done. So you just do what's in
100%.
here, and you try to do it great, and hope it contributes in some way, and you move on.
It's a great philosophy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And if anyone got to shake your hand and meet you, they'd understand that you're just the most relaxed, amazing guy,
Yeah.
and that this is
thank
all
you.
just a joke. It's all just playing around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's like I said, it's I couldn't ask for something more fun to do, and I'm looking forward to hopefully the next few movies because, like I said, they're going to be just as crazy. So, yeah.
It's cool, man. All right. Well, we got a little bit. We got a little bit more
Yeah,
time.
we got a little
We
time.
can hang out a little longer.
Oh,
How about yourself?
let's just look at each other. I got like another 5-10 minutes, guys. We can just stare at each other.
Well,
Why
nope,
not?
I'll stare at Andrew.
Forget Harlan.
Yeah.
No. So,
Tell you what, though, one of the fun things doing the movie too was watching some of the actors improvise. Like Russell Peters was just like
oh God.
Russell's very quick on his feet, and he's a really great improviser, and he does great crowd work, and what he brought to the movie, like I thought, oh, he might do a line here, a line there, but every scene Russell came up with such gold, and it's just like we're sitting here editing, and it's like, oh my God, I want to keep all of it. Like every scene, he just, when you get when you can crack up the cast and they're applauding when you finish a scene, like
Big time.
Russell just he was great. So he added some great stuff, and Jamie Kennedy he played sort of a darker character, but he added this kind of really funny, moody kind of stuff, like
Do you think
really cool.
Do you think you might add a
Like a blooper.
like a blooper reel or an additional reel at the end over credits with some of those golden gems?
or on social
I'm not
media or
sure.
something.
I'm not sure if we're gonna do that yet, but we do have. I won't say what it is, but we do have sort of a surprise for the end credits.
Oh, sweet.
that we're going to shoot extra. We haven't shot it yet, but we're going to shoot it here in LA. And let's just say it might involve an albino koala. That's all I'm going to
Oh my God, that's rare.
That was great. That was the car scene and the post. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. We can tell people. We won't tell what happens, but
No,
there is one of the characters in the movie is a character named Butterbuns, and he's an albino koala.
Yeah.
So I'll let your imagination run wild with that. But he's pretty funny.
That's so fun. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'll tell you the one scene. I'll mention one scene. There's one scene we do a pretty elaborate car race at the end of the movie, which you guys were instrumental in making happen, by the way. You know that. But there's one scene where the hot rod, the yellow hot rod, has a rumble seat, and at one point, the two racers, it's Russell in a white Corvette, and it's our lead character Bob in the yellow hot rod. They're racing together. And the yellow hot rod passes Russell's Corvette, and the Butterbuns, the albino, pops up out of the rumble seat and just does this as he's going by. It's pretty funny.
Have you cut that yet?
No, because like I said, it's towards the end.
Okay,
so
sure.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
but I'm excited because we shot all the stuff on the ground with you guys, and then we had a drone in the air too. So what we're hoping is that race scene is very energetic and fast moving, and it's going to be unique to the degree that it's sort of modern technology. It's like the latest version of the Corvette Stingray, which looks like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racing against a vintage like 1950s hot rod. And just visually, it looks really cool and different. And I don't know if we've seen that in a movie. And so I won't tell you how the race ends up, but it's I'm excited. I think it's going to look really cool.
Cool. Me too.
And you didn't want to give what was it, Butterbutt?
Butterbean.
Butterbun.
Butterbun.
Yeah.
You didn't want Butterbun's driving his own vehicle.
Well, he wasn't driving it, but he was in there. He was in there.
He couldn't reach the
I
pedals.
won't tell you what he was doing in the car, but it was just maybe this far beyond heavy petting. And can heavy petting be bad when you're a furry animal? I mean, come on. Aren't you supposed to heavy pet a
That's what
furry
it's
animal?
about.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
That's hilarious. And we had to contend with rain. Hey, you really lucked out weather-wise, though. Overall,
Yeah.
Especially up
Well,
there.
we lucked out, and then the second last night, we fortunately shot all our outdoor stuff, and then the second last night, 4 or 5 inches of snow overnight, and we would have been screwed because all of a sudden everything was covered in snow, and the first 3/4, more than 3/4 of the movie was shot, and it was fall with colored leaves, and that's one of the tricky things about shooting in a small northern town in Canada. Like, it started snowing at the end of August. Okay, it's
yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah, and it was starting to get a little messy the night before, even.
yeah.
Out on the road there, it started raining a little, and it was kind of a freaky thing.
And it was.
Well, I remember we were doing a scene. It was our last shot of the night outside for the wingman, me and Bob, the lead actor, Bob. We'd done about 4 or 5 takes. It was like final take. We're outside on the sidewalk. We're in the middle of the scene, like doing our lines, and snow started drifting down. And we were like, no way. And I couldn't believe it. Our last take, and we made it through. It was like,
Wow.
someone was looking out for us, I'll tell you.
That's so cool.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had no accidents. We had no one got sick. No one got hurt. And considering we were doing some pretty intense stunt driving,
Yep.
and,
That's true.
like, we had a really blessed set, I think,
That's beautiful. That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm actually hoping, if it comes out good, we can do a sequel. I've already been sort of talking to the producers about the potential of a sequel if this thing comes out well. So who knows? We might be up there doing it again, boys.
Sweet.
Oh,
Get the gray wig out.
I'm in, man, and I think you should push Betty up the cast list a little bit. You know,
Jeez.
Yeah, we won't. Or up and down the cast list.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
Just get her all over the cast.
After people see the movie, they can watch this again and get all the references.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the hidden references. Good old Betty. Oh,
Oh,
such a sweetheart.
She did a good job.
She's a beaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it was great talking to you, and thanks again for being there and helping it happen and having me on your podcast. And
Well, thanks for
Oh man, it was amazing.
thanks for coming and doing it. And I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, my pleasure, guys, and thank you for all your hard work and all your expertise, and outside of that, your friendship, and we had a lot of fun. Like,
We did.
just-
We did.
We weren't doing a stunt; we were having a laugh, so it was great.
It was great, man. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Perfect.
Yeah, it barely felt like work. It was awesome.
That's good to hear, and you did a great job as me. Andrew put a gray wig on at times and had to do the stunt driving. And,
That hair.
like an old lady, but it's okay.
Yeah, that hair was hilarious.
Well, cool, guys. Well, thank you so much, and I hope we see you soon, and we'll keep you posted, and I'll let you know about those tickets for the show up in Toronto at the Royal Theatre in April, and maybe we'll see you up there.
Incredible.
Absolutely, Harlan. And before you go,
Yeah.
normally we have somebody. We have all of our guests sign this table that we have here.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe when you come up to Toronto, there'll be a way that we can somehow get something signed and stick it to the table, or do something.
You can
Yeah,
either
or just buy a circular saw at Home Depot, cut a big piece out, and bring it to the show.
well,
That's not a bad idea.
I'll bring you a piece of the table.
Okay, well, we'll sign something for
Yeah,
sure.
cool. Thanks,
For
Harlan.
sure.
You bet.
Hey guys,
Have a
thank
great
you
day.
so much.
Harlan,
Take
such a
care.
pleasure.
And we'll be safe out there. Stunt coordinators, be safe.
You got it.
And we'll see you soon, guys.
Cheers, man. Thank
Cheers,
you.
man. Thank you so much.
Talk to you.
Thank you.
Later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Well, that was Harland Williams.
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed
That was
that.
fun as hell.
It was.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it was amazing.
All right. Cut it, B.